We have to use our human will and labor to actively promote quantity changes, which lead to quality changes, and quality changes, which leads to quantity changes, which move us towards our goal of ending all forms of oppression in human society. This will involve not just objective factors, i.e. material conditions, which are necessary to accomplish something, but subjective factors as well, factors which we, as a subject, are capable of impacting directly. And we'll stop there on page 199, number 2, law and unifications and contradictions between opposites. Before you go, let me do my things, and then I will put on the headset. Give me a second. Adding the bookmark, deleting this bookmark. All right, we're almost done with this part too. Okay, hold on a second. One more thing. People are welcome to come up if you want to talk about what we just read. Joe's going to go through the notes, what they got.
Actually, I was going to talk to you about that.
Let's make sure my headset's turned up. All right, let's see who's in there real quick. Joe? No one.
Okay.
Well, no one's in there. Okay, cool. It's just you and me. All right.
Okay, so I was going
I
to
guess
talk
Dooley
to you
didn't
about
wake
that
up.
real quick.
I guess Dooley didn't wake up. Oh, Dooley is in here. I didn't know Dooley was in here. Go ahead.
I would prefer we just go over the notes on the first part because I took an awful lot of notes because 90% of what we read was very important today.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, and I didn't get the first part at all.
Yeah.
The essence and phenomena.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go ahead and start with my notes, and then if it still doesn't
Whatever
make
you
sense,
think whatever you think is appropriate.
okay. So essence and phenomena. The essence category refers to the synthesis of all the internal aspects as well as the obvious and stable relations that define the existence, motion, and development of things, phenomena, and ideas. The phenomenon category refers to the external manifestations of those internal aspects and relations in specific conditions. Okay, so the essence of something is like it says the internal aspects. And I was wondering, what's an internal aspect?
Something that's happening with inside a thing. Internal.
Okay. So, okay. I think I'm thinking too deeply into it. It's probably what's going on. Essence should not be confused with form. Form represents the stable internal relations of the component content of a subject, whereas essence represents the synthesis of all internal aspects as well as all obvious and stable attributes which define the existence, motion, and development of a subject.
You know what they mean by a subject?
It could be anything.
Yes, it could be you. You could be the subject.
Right.
Yes. A sock could be a subject, I think. But
Yeah.
but more complex, I would say. That's simplified, but yeah.
Okay. Phenomena are simply external manifestations of a subject which occur in specific conditions. So they're external manifestations of a subject. So like if the subject is spunky, the external manifestations would be like white fur, brown eyes.
I think so.
Okay.
Is that right, Doodly, you think?
Yeah, if someone else is up here, please help.
I don't know. I'm still trying to digest it.
Yeah. It's a lot to digest.
Like some of it sounded like rehashing of what was already said. Then there were parts where I was like, "What?" And I'm still trying to.
I think the examples are probably the best. I think the examples are probably the best when they talked about the cloud and stuff like that. So there's many examples.
Yeah, there was a lot of examples, and that was my problem. Was there were so many examples that I was still on one example, and they were off to another one, and I was like, "Wait, hold on! I'm still trying to figure out what the essence of a cloud is."
Let's go look at the examples. Did you highlight any of the examples?
Sometimes I would highlight examples. I didn't highlight the COVID-19 example. I figured that's a little triggering.
Why? What's triggering about it?
Like Blend has long COVID. I didn't know if that would.
Did you ask if it would?
No. I just tried to be nice.
Maybe ask. See if it does trigger, and if it does, we won't say it, and if it doesn't, we can talk about it. Len, you got to answer.
Dudley, you lost your phone while listening.
Yeah, that's why I didn't come up when y'all were finished, because I was looking for my phone going, damn it, where's my phone?
Disassociated. It's okay if we bring up COVID for an example? Is that okay? Joe thinks you're... Can we talk about COVID? The example that they brought up about COVID? Or what? See, they're fine. They'll be fine. Go ahead, Joe.
I'll read the example and see if we can get anything out of it. I don't know where I was in my notes. Phenomena are simply external manifestations of a subject. I brought that up. Okay. The essence of a subject is not dependent on conditions, whereas in different conditions, the same subject will exhibit different phenomena. And then phenomena are the external manifestations. So, for example, COVID-19 is essentially a specific virus strain. That is to say, all of the internal aspects and stable relations that define the existence, motion, and development. See, it's lost me at this point. What's internal aspects compared to, like, external aspects? Like, what are they talking about?
Go to the cloud one.
Okay, let's see. Where's the cloud?
Maybe the external aspects are the stuff outside of it.
Yeah, external means what?
Oh, the cloud was right underneath it. Okay, so what's the internal, and does it talk about the internal and external of the cloud?
Don't know. Don't remember.
Okay. It says the essence of a cloud is water vapor in the atmosphere. That is the synthesis, the coming together
What is...
of all the internal stable relations and aspects which will determine how a cloud exists, moves, and develops over time. So we're not discussing the internal and external anymore. The phenomena of clouds are all the things we can sense. The appearance of big, fluffy white things in the air, shadows on the ground, and sometimes rain. Essence defines phenomena, the internal attributes and stable relations will produce the phenomena which we can observe. A cloud is not essentially defined as a fluffy white thing in the air. That is just the appearance a cloud has to our human senses in certain specific conditions. So
What
it's
we
not going
see.
over any of the things that it went over in the COVID-19 example. It went over different things. Like, I was wondering what we're like over here, they don't talk about what's the internal or external aspects of a cloud.
What page are you
So I
on?
was wondering, I'm on page 180.
Essence category refers to the synthesis. What's a synthesis?
I don't know.
A synthesis is the coming together of multiple things
Okay.
to make one.
Okay. So it says an essence category refers to the synthesis of all the internal aspects. That's the first part of it.
Yeah, we went over that. I got all that.
Okay, so you understand that.
Yeah, I was wondering when we're going over the internal and the external aspects, what are internal and external aspects? Like, the essence was internal, but what's external? Oh, it's this phenomenon is external.
Nah.
Oh, so the
So it says
aspects
internal
are the
aspects
phenomenon?
as well as obvious and stable relations that define the existence, motion, development of a thing, phenomenon, and ideas.
Which we call the subject further on.
Phenomenon category refers to the external manifestations of those. So, what's inside a cloud? What makes the cloud the cloud? What's inside? What's causing the cloud to be the phenomenon?
Water
vapor?
drops and dust.
Water vapor, right? That's how clouds are formed, right? Through water vapor, right?
Right, and dust.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the internalness, right? The internal of the cloud is what? The essence of water vapor and dust, right? And the phenomenon is the observable cloud, right? So those things, those external things, those internal things, those essence of those things with all those types of ingredients that produces a cloud, right? Gives the phenomenon of a cloud. Yes, which is what you see. That's what manifests from it. I'm guessing.
Okay.
Hopefully I got it right. I don't know.
I hope you've got it right, because I've got it the way you've got it.
What do you think? What do you think, Dudley? Would you like to add to that, or would you like to critique that? If I'm distorting,
I would say that's what I'm getting from it. Like, I would say that there's probably like easier words to describe it, but yeah, it's it
gets hard with complex. Yeah. It gets hard with complex terminologies like this. It's hard to basically break it down as much as possible. That's why I think they do so much repeating and so much like here's another example. Here's another example. Here's some pictures. You know,
especially when they use like multiple complex terms to describe the same thing multiple times. It's like, okay, are they saying this or are they saying something else?
Yeah. The other thing we also have to realize is essence and phenomenon also have a relationship with one another, right? Essence produce a phenomenon, and then after the phenomenon there's an essence afterwards, so it's like a huge spiraling effect, right?
Yeah, so, like a synthesis.
Like yes, they basically develop each other in motion and stuff like that. That's what I'm getting. You know, I could be distorted because I'm not perfect at this, you know what I mean? But you know, hey, we're trying, right?
Yeah. Well,
that's why it'd be great to have more people up here to talk about this. But you know, I love you guys.
Everything we've read now is falling into place. So
you got it now? I hope so. I could be distorting. Do further investigation to make sure I'm correct, and if I mess things up and I miss something, or me and Dudley miss something, or you miss something, we should talk to each other about it. What we missed.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So here's the rest of my notes, and I'm still just gonna stick to this one part. Actually, what time is it?
It's 8:02.
8:02. I'll go over the rest of my notes just for this one section.
Okay.
Essence defines phenomenon. The internal attributes and stable relations will produce the phenomenon which we can observe. A cloud is not essentially defined as a fluffy white thing in the air. That is just the appearance of a cloud. That's just the appearance a cloud has to our human senses in certain specific conditions. Dialectical relationship between essence and phenomenon. The unity between essence and phenomenon. Essence always manifests through phenomenon, and every phenomenon is always the manifestation of a specific essence. There is no pure essence that exists separately from phenomena, and there is no phenomenon that does not manifest from any kind of essence. When the essence changes, phenomena also change accordingly. And then, essence is that which defines a thing. Phenomenon or idea. While phenomena are diversified and conditional. Essence is internal, while phenomena are external. Essence is relatively stable, while phenomena continuously change. Essence and phenomena are simultaneously unified and opposite, because neither can exist without the other. Yet they have completely opposite features from one another. All of these essential characteristics are internal, relatively stable, and remain the same regardless of the conditions of the engine. Like, they'll continue to exist whether the engine was turned on or off, or it was inoperable. The phenomena of the car engine was that all things that we can sense from it, which can vary a great deal depending on the conditions the car was in, and all of those phenomena are conditional, unstable, and external to the engine itself. With ideas and abstract thought, essence and phenomenon becomes more difficult to determine and analyze. We started going into detail about that. And then Lenin wanted to strip all idealism from his conception of dialectics, and thus made it clear that the pure movement of thought simply refers to the fact that human thoughts are constantly changing, always in motion with the living human mind. And then he gives us a description of materialist dialectical analysis of human thought. We must understand that human thought are always in motion, always developing, and always mutually impacting other thoughts. And then Lenin said, human thought goes endlessly deeper, from appearance to essence, from essence of the first order, as it were, to essence of the second order, and so on without end. And that was where Lenin introduced the concept of essence and phenomenon. Essence refers to the qualities and nature of the thing in itself, and phenomenon represent being for others, like the inside, the internal and external is for itself and then for others. Essence and phenomena have a dialectical relationship with each other, a flow from the one to the other. The essence appears by excluding phenomenon which we can sense. Conscious thoughts also had it, and it explained how conscious thoughts had it. And then it went into how light had it, and I like that definition, that description better, so I highlighted that one more. We can also think of the light which comes from the sun. The light itself can be thought of as phenomena of the sun, but the light energy can be captured by a solar panel and converted into energy, creating a whole new subject with its own essence, which we would describe as solar energy.
Yep, because it's transformed into something else. It's almost like it's the negation, in a sense, but I'm not sure. That could be the story. So,
Okay.
But
In this sense, it is possible for phenomena to actually have their own phenomena. And it's like, so if you witness light waves in the desert, which cause an optical illusion, then the illusion is a phenomena of the light waves, and the light waves being the essence, which excluded the phenomena of illusion.
Yep.
And the
Like
light
when you
waves.
see heat, now, like when you're out in the desert and you're like in a long road that's straight, and you see in the distance, you see like little wavy things like heat waves and shit. And that's
Or
a
the water.
phenomenon, right? That's a phenomenon, right? Right? Wouldn't that be a phenomenon? What was the
Yeah.
essence of it? It's the wavelengths and stuff.
Because, yeah, I don't know about, like,
I think
anywhere
I
else,
got it
but
right.
I know where we drive around, it looks like there's water in the distance. And that's part of the illusion.
Yeah. Would that be the phenomenon being the essence?
I don't know.
But because it's the thing that creates the other phenomenon?
Well, essence creates phenomenon, right? And phenomenon leads behind essence, those things, in a sense, right? That's the dialectical pairing of it, I think.
Okay. I think we got it. Doodly?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yep. I got it.
Okay. Essence and phenomena can also be contextual. In some contexts, physical objects which have their own essence and phenomena may be the phenomena of some other entity. And then a single stone tool can't tell an archaeologist much about an ancient civilization. However, archaeologists can gather many phenomena, which are like tools, structural ruins, stuff like that, to look for patterns which reveal more insights about the essence of the prehistoric civilization, which excluded those phenomena.
Like their culture, like how they had relations with one another, what kind of systems they could have had, and stuff like that.
Yes. Okay. Then I went to meaning of methodology. If we want to be accurately aware of things, phenomena, and ideas, we must not just stop at studying their phenomena. We have to study their essence. Only through examining many phenomena of a subject can we fully and correctly understand the essence of said subject. And I'm sorry to say, here I ran to the bathroom.
Who went to the bathroom?
I did. So I didn't get any of this. So can you kind of describe that to me? Or should we just
Describe
read it
what?
again?
Describe what?
If we want to be accurately aware of things, phenomena, and ideas, we must not just stop at studying their phenomena. We have to study their essence. Only through examining many phenomena of a subject can we fully and correctly understand the essence of said subject.
How are you going to know it's a cloud? What defines it as a cloud?
What defines it as a cloud?
Yeah. What
Water.
makes it a cloud? And what else? You said two
Dust.
ingredients.
Water
and
and
a lake.
dust.
And a lake or an ocean, right?
Okay, well, what makes it a lake or an ocean?
No. Clouds are developed through water vapor, right?
Yeah, but they don't need a lake or an ocean.
They usually come from one of those things because they got to get the water vapor from it,
Lakes, oceans, swamps, rivers. There's water everywhere.
Yeah, so that like creates the phenomenon of a cloud through the essences of like water vapor and dust.
Okay.
I think I could be wrong, but that's what makes me lead to that. I'm not sure.
Okay. Because where I live, clouds can form just because it's humid enough. You know,
Which is caused by what?
water in the air.
There you go.
Okay. Let's see. And then the story came back. According to Lenin, human thought goes endlessly deeper from appearance to essence, from essence of the first order, as it were, to essence of the second order, and so on without end. On the other hand, essence is what defines a thing, phenomena, or idea. Therefore, in our perception and practice, we must recognize a thing, phenomenon, or idea based on its essence, not its phenomena, to evaluate it correctly, and after that, we can make fundamental improvements. So, like, I wouldn't recognize Spunky as a dog because of white fur and brown eyes. It would be because of he has the essence of a dog, the shape, the bones, the organs, stuff like that.
Sure.
Okay, well. Okay,
I don't know what else for me to say.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, I got it. No, I don't.
Was it sure? Not a yes?
It sounded confused.
Oh, it wasn't.
Oh, okay, thank you. It is usually easy to observe phenomena since they are defined by being observable, but it's also easy to misunderstand relationships between essence and phenomena. Sometimes people get a false perception of essence from real phenomena, such as believing the sun revolves around the earth. Sometimes people attribute the wrong phenomena to essences as well, such as believing that all poor people aren't active. Phenomena can easily be mistaken for essence. For example, bourgeois liberal political parties often portray themselves as being pro-worker and therefore exhibit phenomena such as rhetoric, slogans, propaganda, and even platform positions which appeal to workers. Workers may be fooled into believing that a ruthless capitalist politician or celebrity is working class at heart, falsely believing, like Joe Biden walking the floors of those factories. That was the first time that man ever saw the floor of a factory. Falsely believing that the capitalist class position is merely a phenomenon when in fact it is essential. Understanding true essence based on real phenomena is one of the most important aspects of analysis. It is the primary reason of science. And we must also avoid examining phenomena alone. We have to dive deep to discover and understand the essential nature of things, phenomena, and ideas in our analysis. Okay.
Was that it?
That's all the notes of the first section. The next section will be just as long, and we'll be sitting here for another 20 minutes.
Okay. All right. All right. Dooley, do you have anything you want to add or anything like that?
No.
You sure?
You know what, actually, yeah. I would say that the ascribing of essence and phenomenon in a way that that confuses the two for the other, it is really prevalent within within ableist stereotypes, I would say.
How so?
Like people ascribe that that disabled people act certain ways inherently. And sorry, one moment. Okay, people ascribe that disabled people act inherently some sort of way, and that that we don't have any ability to change, when what is actually happening is that disabled people are existing inside of a world where we cannot survive. So what ends up happening is the thing that, and god damn it, I lost my own train of thought. God damn it. So
it's all right.
Basically, confirmation bias is more so what I'm getting at, because all they've shown of like disabled people is like for entertainment and all that, and never is it like something to understand disabled people. So people end up feeling justified in doing armchair diagnoses and pop psychology and calling this person and that person a narcissist or a sociopath or a psychopath, and it ends up reinforcing stereotypes. I hope I explained that well enough.
Thank you. Did everybody understand qualitative and quantitative? And there's more specifics. They went into different types of one. But I think I understand it. We all understand that a quantitative shift will lead to a qualitative shift and then back into a quantitative shift. It's the dialectical process of those things, right? We understand those things kind of, at least rudimentarily,
Yeah.
like me. Elementary, I would say I understand it, not to the depth that it showed us.
I understand. I understand it, but then I understood it the first time I read it. I mean,
What?
the quantity, the qualitative change, the qualitative change, the quantitative change. I could see it in my head and make sense of it. And so, like, I've always gotten that one part. That's like one part of communism that I'm like, I've got.
Sweet. What about you? You okay with that too, Doodley? You're good with that section that
Yeah,
you just read?
I'm good.
All right then. Well, this sounds good. If anybody doesn't have any more questions, if anyone wants to come up and continue the conversation at all, thank you for being involved. I know that we don't get everything all at once and that we do fall short on some things because I am not an academic. So, like, I'm doing the best I can. We're doing the best we can to learn these things, and we are always open for people to bring up their perspectives and to help us to have more clarity in what we're reading and learning. So anybody's welcome to come up at any time to help us or to even add or to even ask questions, you know? And if we don't have the answers, then guess what? We don't have the answers, but we can go and try and find it, you know? So, but anyways, I appreciate everybody. Go ahead and close it down, and I wish you all a good night.